So good morning, UC Eastlake. Great to be here with you again. Thanks for watching. So today we have with us Jack, the youth leader, just promoted to the youth leader a few weeks back, and Laini Huffine, the children ministries director. And we have a few questions for them, and I'm looking forward to having this conversation with them. So Laini, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you came to become the director of children's ministry here, and a little bit about the vision behind the ministry for the children of Eastlake?
Sure. I was a member of New City Fellowship Glenwood, and when they decided to start a church plant in Eastlake, Ben and I, my husband, prayed about it and decided that that's what we wanted to do, was to be a part of that church site. So we were part of that first group that came to Eastlake. And when I first came, I actually volunteered as the youth leader. They didn't have one, and that was my previous job at Glenwood. And so I did that for a few years, and then recently they had an opening for a children's ministry, and just really felt that God was kind of pushing me in that direction to lead the children of our church and also to support the families of our church. So I have 6 kids of my own, and children are really close to my heart, and children's ministry is really close to my heart. And
we are so grateful that you are leading this ministry. Tell us a little bit about the vision of children's ministry.
Yeah, so my hope is to really help families to see that children are part of our community and our church. So I don't want kids coming to our church just to be entertained. I don't want them coming to see that they have their own thing going on over here and their parents have their own thing going on over there, but for children to really feel like they're a part of the body, because that's what we see in Scripture, is children being included in worship. So I really want to support families as we try to incorporate children in worship, to allow them to see their place in the body and here in the church. So a lot of my ministry and my vision is to see parents really grasp on to that vision of wanting their children to feel a part of our community and giving children an opportunity to find a way to fit in and to be a part of worship and family worship.
That's great. I know that we had a lot planned, and we were excited with how things were coming together, but then COVID-19 hit and things had to change. What changed for children's ministry?
A lot. Most of my job before was happening on Sunday mornings here in the church building. And so we had Sunday schools going on for different age groups where we were doing age-appropriate teaching for the children. And then during church, we had nursery going on to provide a place for younger children to go so that parents could worship without distraction, and also having a class for our preschool age kids during the sermon time. And so I had to find volunteers and come up with lessons every week for that. Once COVID hit, we all went home, but there was obviously still a need to support families and to support the children at home. So Meg Miller, who's my intern, and I have been making videos every week that correlate with the sermon for that day. So we find out what's going to be preached, and then we try to give an age-appropriate teaching to the children, which includes a craft, which they are used to doing here every Sunday at church, and also some worship. I'll find songs that they can worship and sing to, and then we'll also have a lesson time that is basically what's being taught to their parents during church, but it's at an age-appropriate level.
Thank you. Thank you. Great stuff. If you guys haven't checked the videos, you should. Jack, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you came to be the youth leader at UC Eastlake?
Yes, I am a junior at Covenant College, and the story of actually how I became the youth leader, or starting off as a youth intern, is a very long and very weird story, which I don't think that we have time for me to tell. But if you have any questions about it, you can come to me and I can tell you that weird story. I'll give you a little rundown of it. I came and visited here once. Somebody recognized me, told me they were looking for a youth leader. They got in touch with me. I knew Danny from Covenant. I got in touch with Danny. I interviewed. I decided I didn't want the job. They changed the job. I decided I did want the job. I talked to Danny, and then they hired me. But there's more details, so if you want the whole story, come to me. This probably won't be on Sunday morning. This will be on the long one.
That's great. And it's been how long?
Since the beginning of last November, yeah. I've been here.
Can you tell us a little bit about the vision for youth ministry here at our church?
Yes. So our vision of youth ministry, piggybacking off of what Laini said, which I said I was going to do before we started, is definitely making the students feel like they're involved in the church, giving them some buy-in. That's been very difficult with COVID because church has been more remote. Things that I'm looking forward to are actually having a youth ministry service where we have youth helping lead worship, whether that's through playing instruments or skills that they've been blessed with, or reading scripture, maybe helping helping lead worship like you would see on a normal Sunday morning. But yeah, I just want to see them involved in the church. I want to give them a safe place where they can be themselves, and then that they can worship the Lord safely and feel like they're loved and not feel like they're being judged for who they are.
Great. And then what COVID changed for you?
COVID changed a lot. We did all of our meetings at the church at first, and in person, which is the majority of how meetings go. So this whole new Zoom thing that we were trying to figure out, it took a lot of trial and error, I'm not gonna lie. Wednesday nights has been an ever-changing thing all summer. Kind of started out as small groups, and then we moved over to kind of a little bit of a Bible study, and now we play Minecraft, and then I talk to them about how their week is. I just really, on Wednesday nights, I just want to create an environment that the kids want to come to, and where they can feel comfortable enough to actually talk about things that actually matter to them. And then on Sunday nights, it's always been more of a kind of typical Sunday night program, just not at the church. It's been all online, which is hard because my group of students really love running around and interacting with each other in that way, which is not as easy on Zoom. I do play a few games where they do have to run around their house, and I apologize to the parents for that. But I have to get them up and moving. So Sunday night consists of a game. We can't do snacks. I mean, sometimes they bring their own snacks, but that's not on me. And then we do a lesson. We started off with the book of Philippians, kind of following along with what Pastor Josiah was teaching. And then we moved on to the book of Malachi. We're taking a quick pause to look at the Psalms of Ascent as they're being taught Sunday morning in the church.
That's great. Challenging summer, huh? So what's ahead? What can we expect of the fall 2020?
Hopefully we can be together in person. If we can be together in person, I'm going to be looking for a lot of volunteers. Even if we're not together in person, I'm looking for a lot of volunteers. If you want to volunteer, contact me. My information is on the website. And we just really want to get together, have fun, hang out, whether that means being outside, social distance, kicking the soccer ball around, whether that means maybe doing some community work in the East Lake community, cleaning up. We just want to get out there and not be stuck as much as we have been. Hopefully that'll be an opportunity, but we don't know yet.
A day at a time. Laini, can you tell us a little bit about what lies ahead? What the fall has for us?
Yeah, Meg and I have been talking and trying to brainstorm some ideas. My main concern, I think, right now is supporting parents. It's been, I know, really challenging for parents to be home so long with their children. Many of us were home for 5 months before school started again, and some are still home with them if they're doing virtual school or homeschooling. And I feel like emotionally healthy and spiritually healthy parents is what's going to help children, and especially the younger children who may not be in school yet and may not have as much interaction outside of the home. So I'm trying to figure out ways to really support parents, to provide opportunities and spaces for parents to maybe get together, to support one another and encourage one another. Maybe Bible studies, if there are resources that I can give to parents as they teach their children at home, I want to be able to do that. I've never seen it as my job necessarily to train your kids to follow the Lord. Like that is something that God has given the parents. He has told them that it's their job to raise their children up, to know Him and to love Him. And so my job is more to be a support to that. And so I see that even more as parents are home, that I need to support parents as they are doing the work of teaching their children the gospel and the love of Christ. So I want to provide resources and just opportunities and spaces and encouragement to help you parents at home, because I know it's challenging. We also are looking into maybe having some smaller groups of Bible studies with the older kids, like 4th and 5th graders, that can social distance and keep masks on. I think it'd be great to do some kind of Bible studies with them, so we're looking into opportunities for that. I've been wanting to do like a family fun night, maybe out in the parking lot, where we could have different stations of things to do, but the families would stay with their kids and they would just move from station to station. So maybe that can happen in October, when we usually have a fall festival. So we'll see how things are looking in the community and in the church, but that kind of thing I'm looking forward to doing, just trying to create safe opportunities, but new opportunities for the children to be together again.
That's great. If someone is hearing you and feels excited about the vision and wants to help somehow, either parents with kids or young adults or college students, how can they help?
That's a great question. I did have a huge need for volunteers when we were here at the church, working in the nursery rooms and stuff. Now I would love to start using other people in our videos. I think the kids might get sick of seeing me every week. So if any of you love teaching and maybe have creative ways of doing it, we've done things like skits. I've used object lessons, things like that to help communicate the lesson to the kids. So if you feel like you're gifted in that and would love to do a video now and then please contact me. My information's on the website. That'd be a great way to support. And then just pray for us and pray for the kids. I would love to maybe set up a prayer chain kind of thing where different people are praying for the children and families of our church. So,
Jack, same question for you. Someone is hearing you and is excited about what you're doing and what the Lord is doing in your midst, and want to help. How can they help in practical ways?
Yes, please first get in touch with me. I know I'm a scary guy, but I'm pretty accessible. So you can come and talk to me, email me, my information's on the website. But I really, really, really want volunteers, especially that can like individually help like a student in ways that I might not be able to do for all the students. Really searching out those students. A female helper would be very helpful for me because I am not a female and we do have females in the youth group. So please, if you want to volunteer and speak life into any of these kids' lives, please come to me. Also, we can't really meet in big groups right now because of COVID stuff. So we can break into smaller groups if I have some volunteers and we can actually go out and do things. So please talk to me. I need volunteers.
Volunteers, great. All right, so as the Children's Ministry Director, as the youth leader, what's the final message to our congregation? Laini, do you want to start us off?
Sure. I just want to encourage you parents to hang in there. I know that this is a really difficult time. It's something that we've never experienced before, and I know that a lot of us maybe feel trapped at times and alone. I think that's the biggest thing, is maybe feeling alone. So I would just really encourage you all to reach out to one another, to support one another, give each other a phone call, pray for one another. And if you need anything from me, please do not hesitate to call or email and say, hey, I just need you to pray for me, or whatever it is that you feel like I can support you in, I'm here for you. I am praying for all of the families of this church. And I just want to also just encourage you to use this time to train your children to do family worship. Like, this is a unique opportunity that we have now, that you're home and the only people that you have to do church with is your family. And so don't just shove them off into another room. but maybe use this opportunity to let them sit there with you and learn how to worship and to watch you worship, because that's the way that they're going to learn. So to sing along with the songs and use the sermon notes that we have posted on the website every week that we provide for the children. Let them use that during the sermon time so that they can start learning how to sit through church and to pay attention, and then ask them questions afterwards that can maybe draw out what they've learned, and hopefully it will correlate to what we talked about this in the lesson. So maybe watch the video lessons with them and then talk about it and have a discussion with them. Like, what did you see? What did you learn here? And just use this opportunity I think that God has given us right now to really hear the gospel and to teach our children how to do worship.
That's wonderful. Jack, a message to New City Eastlake.
Yes, a message to the Eastlake, but specifically to the students, elementary, middle, high, college. I know that this is a very stressful time, a time that we've never gone through before, and there's things that we're missing out on. We can't see our friends as often, we can't really hang out with our friends. We're being very limited in what we can do. We're getting a glimpse of what life should be like with going to school and starting back that, but then we realize that it's not the same. I know how stressful that is, and I just want to encourage you with 1 Peter 5:7. It says, "Cast all your anxieties on him, Jesus, because he cares for you." And just know that you don't have to bear this load of stress and pain by yourself. You can take that to the cross. You can take that to people in your life and they can help you bear the load as well. Just know that you're not fighting this annoyance of COVID by yourself.
That's great. Thank you so much for taking the time to have this chat. And that's it. Cut.